I would like to begin by welcoming teachers, administrators, family, and friends. Thank you all for your support in making this night possible. We are gathered here tonight to celebrate these 54 students who have earned their diplomas through years of hard work and dedication. All of these students illustrate the theme of this year's graduation ceremony, Rise. The great philosopher Confucius said, "Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall." All the students seated here on stage have demonstrated their ability to rise. No matter the challenges they have faced, they have overcome them and made it to this ceremony tonight. Although these students will soon be graduates, we are not here to just celebrate receiving a diploma. Instead, we want to appreciate the perseverance it took to earn it. Each of these diplomas represent 13 years of rising. As these students continue their lives, I have no doubt they will maintain their tenacity and continue to overcome obstacles. Thank you.
Thank you, Yusuf. Good evening. Our Our graduation speakers have collectively chosen RISE as a theme for our commencement address. Today's speakers are the top academic students of the graduating class and are all National Honor Society members. Raylan Meacham will address resilience. Ella Moses will address investment. Lily Madison, our salutatorian, will address success. And You So Young, our valedictorian, will address effort. Raylan.
Just because it burns doesn't mean you're gonna die. You gotta get up and try, try, try. These are song lyrics from the song Try, a song about true resilience. Resilience is defined by the Oxford Dictionary as the capacity to withstand or to recover quickly from difficulties, or toughness. The class of 2025 has shown plenty of resilience throughout the years as we have continued to adapt to the changing world. We started high school with new protocols being put in place. It seemed like every week, so we never knew what was going to come next. The world is constantly changing, even in a small town like Port Allegany. We've had teachers we held near and dear to us retire or leave and dealt with new rules and challenges. But we did it. Just like my peers, my resilience is what got me this far. If you know anything about me, you will know that I have not had the easiest life. Nothing was handed to me. I had to work for it all. I have certainly faced some difficult things in life, such as losing my home and switching schools, losing friends and family, and true poverty. I'm sure that some of my peers have no idea about any of this, and that's because I did not give up when the going got tough. I didn't sit down in the corner and cry. I got up and kept going. That is why resilience is so important to me. Without it, I wouldn't be standing on this stage for the final time today. To my peers, I would like to say one thing: never give up. The importance of this point has been drilled into my head by those I look up to since middle school, and now I would like to pass that on to you. Some of my first memories on the stage involve the entire cast of the musical being yelled at for not smiling, and I think that can be applied to life in general. Something as simple as a smile can help you, or even a stranger, bounce back from hard times. I know many people helped me to be resilient, even when I was having a terrible day. Many of those people, whether it be my peers or teachers, are in this room today. I just want to say thank you. I couldn't have done it without you. The help I've received from this wonderful community has changed my life, and I will be forever grateful. Whether it was giving me a ride to practice, informing me about scholarships, or directing me in music and theater, thank you. High school would have been much harder without you, so I will always be thankful. I know that as I move forward to college, I will miss many of you, but I will remain resilient and find new connections like those I've had before. Even as the world continues to change as it has through the past 6 years, I will never give up. I hope none of you do either. Whether you're going to college or entering the workforce, there will be hard times. That is one of the few things in life that is guaranteed. It is necessary to stay strong and not give up. Life requires resilience to get by. It's a simple fact, but I believe in all of you. We've made it this far, so I know we have the strength to keep moving forward. We all have the capability to bounce back or be resilient. If you take one thing from this speech, I want you to smile. A simple smile can help you get through tough times. Remember, just because it burns doesn't mean you're gonna die. You gotta get up and try, try, try. Thank you.
Hello everyone. I'm happy to see all of you here tonight. Classmates, teachers, family, and friends. Tonight we celebrate and reflect. On your program and throughout these speeches, you will hear our theme for the ceremony, Rise. We have all done that. We have risen to the challenges of high school. You may recall arriving home from an away game with assignments due at 7:30 the next morning, or having to eat a warmed up plate of dinner after musical practice. We did it. We passed tough classes like anatomy and calculus. We balanced sports and after-school activities, but most importantly, we survived the hard days. My letter is I, and the word I chose is investment. Now you may be thinking about investments pertaining to money. This kind of investment I am talking about is a quiet, consistent effort we pour into what is important to us. Investing is showing up again and again, even when progress isn't clear. Rising doesn't just happen overnight. You invest in it. All those nights you stayed up late studying or finishing assignments, you were investing. Every early morning lift, every early morning practice, you were investing. Every time you felt uncomfortable, you were investing in yourself. For me, it also means investing in my faith, because there were moments where I didn't feel strong enough, smart enough, or good enough. And in those times, I had to trust that God had a bigger plan for me, even when I couldn't see it yet. There's a verse I love that says, "Let us not grow weary in doing good, for at a proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." Galatians 6:9. I hope I can convince you that some of the best things we carry out of high school aren't the final transcript or the awards. They're the things we have built, the friendships, the lessons, the memories. Why? Because we cared enough to invest in them. Our families, teachers, coaches, and friends invested in us. And most of all, God invested in us, giving us each unique gifts and a purpose that goes beyond today. And now we go our separate ways. We keep investing, new goals, new people, and the person we want to become awaits us. So, to the class of 2025, keep investing, because when we invest in the right things, we rise. Thank you.
Hello all. I must start by letting you know that when the four of us chose RISE as our four-letter word for our graduation speeches, meaning I would be assigned the letter S, I was half tempted to write about stress because senior year is certainly a hectic time for everyone, students and loved ones. And though my satirical self would have had a ball with that, it does not do justice to the flourishes of success that have followed us all year long. Success is something quite difficult to land on, literally because it is, in essence, truly intangible, and figuratively because almost everyone seems to have their own definition of success. It's quite a subjective topic. If I were to try my best at a general definition, I would say that success is the achievement of a goal or standard. Success is different for everyone, and its diverse kinds shine throughout our class. From varying job opportunities to college acceptances, and everything from internships to lifelong friendships, Fort Allegany's class of 2025 has modeled every type of success. I know for a fact that our class has musicians, artists, scholars, athletes, and genuinely hardworking people who will spend their lives doing things for others. This year, our fall sports killed it at playoffs, especially our football team. Our girls basketball went to states. We had multiple art show award winners, 2 extremely well-received theater productions, and classmates being honored in the local news left and right. All of these are but a few grains of sand compared to the successes you can achieve throughout your lifetime. I think sometimes people fail to realize the reach of their abilities and successes. When I was in elementary school, I used to tell everyone, even my babysitters, that one day I was going to go to Harvard. It was my dream for years. But as I got older, I tried to think of college in a way that was supposed to be more realistic. My parents and I made a list of safety schools, target schools, and reach schools, and then we narrowed it down from there. I would never have put my money on my acceptance to Harvard in a million years. Well, maybe once or twice for fun. Regardless, the point is that I was unaware of the success I could achieve. To paraphrase Dr. Seuss, oh, the places I could go. But remember that success is a trophy seldom achieved only by one's own efforts. Man is a social creature. Thomas Paine proved that well enough in Common Sense. For those who have not dabbled in revolutionary literature, people don't like to be alone. We don't like to work alone. We don't like to eat alone. Humans are social by nature. And it is for our good that we are. How would we succeed without the care and support of our loved ones, the joy and comfort of our friends? It is as Sir Isaac Newton put it, if I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants. What I've learned is that you can't count yourself out of the pool of successes. Even if the competition is tough and the odds are stacked against you, you are capable of more success than you could ever imagine. Believe in your potential to succeed. I know it sounds cheesy, but it's true. The way you measure success bends at will to the definition you give it. So use this as the power to determine your own success. Don't let others set the standards of what you wish to achieve. Fight against the current of doubt and swim upstream towards the splendor of success. Thank you.
Good evening again, everyone. Thank you all for attending tonight's graduation ceremony. Today marks a monumental time in our lives. After years of education, the graduating class of 2025 will walk out of the doors of Port Allegany High School as students for the last time. These years of schooling have been marked by hard work, late nights, challenges, and growth. While reflecting on my time as a student, I've been constantly reminded of the effort it took to reach this stage. For this reason, I've chosen effort as a topic for my speech tonight. When I think about effort, I'm reminded of this quote: "The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones." What this means is that the biggest accomplishments don't just happen. They come from numerous small, unseen, and consistent efforts. Throughout high school, we've spent countless hours working towards the goal of graduation. However, the efforts that went towards this education are not only ours. It was the teachers who helped us understand classes, the family who supported us throughout these challenges, and the peers who struggled alongside us through the difficult times and carried us through high school. These unseen efforts are the driving forces behind every student on this stage preparing to graduate. Even with the help of others, success relies on your own efforts. While motivation is a powerful force to achieve goals, true success depends on discipline. Relying on motivation will only take you so far. If you only work towards your goals when you feel motivated, you will find yourself standing still. Every student has experienced moments when motivation was gone. Staying up late, doing homework, or studying is not done because it's exciting. It's done because it's necessary. This discipline is mandatory to reach our goals and carry us far beyond graduation. It is what will keep you moving stones, even when they begin to get heavy. When you fully commit to giving your best effort, you build a future that will make a difference. No matter what plans you have for the future, my advice is the same. Continue pushing forward, showing up, and putting in effort, even when it feels like it won't matter. Continue to move stones that make up mountains in your life. Your efforts will build something monumental. As we collect our diplomas and part ways with high school, I hope you all remember this simple quote: "The man who moves a mountain begins by moving away small stones." Walking across this stage proves that every one of you has begun this process. The difficult and often unnoticed effort you've brought in, the difficult and often unnoticed effort you've put in has brought you here. In time, when you look back upon that old mountain, you realize the difference those small stones have made. Thank you.
evening, students, families, faculty, and honored guests. Tonight we gather to celebrate the class of 2025, a group of individuals who have grown, persevered, and accomplished something truly remarkable. Graduates, this moment marks the close of one chapter in your life, a chapter filled with learning, growth, laughter, challenge, and triumph. But as that door closes, another opens wide before you. And this new chapter is still unwritten. It holds unknowns, yes, but also boundless opportunity. What you do next, the choices you make, the values you hold, the way you show up in the world, will shape not only your future, but the future of those around you. This community, your teachers, families, neighbors, and friends have been behind you every step of the way. Whether it was showing up at a game, cheering you on at concerts, helping with school projects, or offering quiet support, you've been rooted in something bigger than yourself, and it's now your turn to give something back. Wherever life takes you, remember, you will always belong to this community. And every community you become a part of from here on out will be shaped by your presence in it. You are becoming the next generation of caregivers, volunteers, workers, mentors, voters, and leaders. As a future spouse, parent, employee, business owner, citizen, you carry the power to build bridges, to lift others, and to create a better world right where you are. That is the charge before you tonight. You are on the precipice of greatness, not just in the eyes of your ambitions, but in the eyes of the people who will one day rely on you to do the right thing, to care, to lead, and to serve. So go forward with purpose. Carry with you the lessons of this place. Make us proud, not just by what you accomplish, but how you treat others, how you honor where you came from, and how you shape where you're going. Congratulations, class of 2025. You are ready, and we cannot wait to see the kind of world you help create.
Good evening again. Today's speakers did a great job by selecting RISE as the commencement theme. I truly feel this class embodies resilience, investment, success, and effort in every aspect of their senior year. They have risen to meet the challenges head on in academics, athletics, Skills USA competitions, the college application process, and the ever-changing job market. Currently, roughly 71% of the graduating class has already landed a job with one of our local employers, completed college applications to college and to trade schools, or currently they have applications to one of our local businesses. I would like to extend my sincere congratulations not only to the graduates, but to their families on a job well done. But your journey is far from over. This evening signifies your new beginning. This is your opportunity to reinvent yourselves and rise to your new challenges. In your post-secondary schooling, invest physically and passionately into the careers that you have chosen. Give a hard, solid effort to all of your new employers so that they can be successful and then pass that success back to your future families. Resilience, investment, effort will enable you to successfully rise up and meet every challenge. Good luck, graduates. Don't be a stranger. We are proud of you and look forward to hearing about your future success. So, at the end of the year, there's a lot of work that goes on in the background of the last couple weeks of school, working with students to make sure they meet graduation requirements and making sure that they have everything turned in, whether it's grades, books, Chromebooks, just all of the I's dotted and the T's crossed. And I often will send out an email to the staff asking about if they have any stories about our graduates. And I reached out to a lot of the coaches, and I see Coach Evans is here tonight. Coach, I'm sorry that was me that called you last night. I think I was hanging up as you were picking up, so my apologies. And just trying to find some stories about the kids. Because this group of students, they've been great. It's been a lot of fun this year watching them be successful and all assets of the school community. So, and I couldn't get much. I really had a hard time getting anything, so I thought either coaches are scared and didn't want to, tell on them, or I don't know. And the teachers didn't have a lot, so I thought, well, this class is, it's they've really got everything together, and it's great, I even called in some of the underclassmen. I thought, this year's juniors that have been around them all year, I could get some dirt there, and nothing. I mean, they wouldn't give me anything. So, we have, we had dismissal today at 1 o'clock, and all the kids go out, and I had a faculty meeting in the library with the staff, and I asked the staff to follow the kids down the hallway and for our yearly faculty meeting that we have at the end of the year, and just going over everything they need to do before they leave. So we get all done, and one teacher comes up to me at the end of the faculty meeting and says, Mr. Budd, he said, I do have some senior debts. I'm like, that's taken care of. He goes, oh no, we still have some senior debts. You guys recognize this? Huh? You know who this belongs to? Who does it belong to? It's Mr. Van Gordon. And for those of you who don't know, Mr. Van Gordon's retiring this year, so he made it a point to bring this down to me, and this is Mr. Van Gordon's ledger, if you will. And when I open up the first page, it goes back to December 12, 2022. So this goes back a few years. And he has it, and I'll have to hold it like this because his handwriting is small, but he has a lot of notes on here. And Mr. Van Gordon also keeps a list of his math classes and funny things he's heard in his class throughout the year. And these guys will know more about it than all of us, but so a few of the things that he has heard from his math class, and he was the only one, and I don't know whether it's because he's retiring, but he wasn't afraid, but he was the only one. So one of the things, so here's a couple of things that Mr. Van Gordon heard in his class. It says, I can't think in alpha. And with the arm goes the mind. My dad has 3 girls and a daughter. We ain't stacking no elephants. And you can see the tiny sliver of an imaginary line. And then the next one is, I see it. It's coming out of the paper. And can you get spaghetti on a 4x4, or can you just get a, so what's that mean? But lastly, with Mr. Van Gordon, what he was upset about is he had in this list, and there's a page and a half, and he's got dates and students' names of things they borrowed from him for all year long. And and he has 7 names circled, but there's 7 names of 2 students, so it's so. And what does he make you pay? Chocolate or cookies? Yeah. He said he had a stack of cookies in the back of the room. So, and I do have a solution. So, Tyler Philhart on October 23rd, you borrowed his Chromebook charger, and you didn't give him a cookie. Ian O'Shea, October 28th, Chromebook charger. Tyler Philhart, Chromebook charger. November 25th, Tyler Philhart, charger. December 3rd, Tyler, the charger. Ian O'Shea, December 9th, a pencil. And then again, Tyler, March 29th, the Chromebook charger. So I have a solution. Okay, you guys are going to be some of the first kids out of the outside. Okay, here, can you pass that back? So when you guys go out tonight, you know, there's a tray of cookies out there. Take those cookies and put them in your pocket. Before they're gone, you know, take a couple of cookies, put them in your pocket. And Chief DeStroll, I know you're here tonight, please don't listen, okay? When you leave after that, you can go to Mr. Van Gordon's house very quietly. Now, Tyler, you can't take Pelchy's truck because it's too loud. And Ian, you can't let Mason drive because he burns the tires off everywhere he goes. That's why the back parking lot's full of skid marks. Where's Mason? I thought I didn't know. And then slowly drive away. Slowly drive away. That way when he's fishing on Saturday, he's got lots to eat. But seriously, what a great class. What a great class. They've been fun to watch. Over the last 6 years, I've really enjoyed every aspect of your class. And just what a great bunch of kids. And it doesn't matter whether it's in our building or, you know, in the classroom, on an athletic field, Skills USA, the art show. The amount of talent that's sitting here on stage is just amazing. It truly is. And parents, you're to be commended because they are a reflection of you. So great job, parents. Thank you. At this time, we will be presenting the diplomas to the graduating class. I ask that parents and family members please remain in your seats while taking pictures and hold your applause for the graduates until the very end. Will the first row please stand? Joshua Daniel Bayou. Derek L. Smith. Levi Mark Howard. Austin W. Hamilton. Tyler W. Philhart. Grace C. Finn. Aiden Ross Clark. Willow J. Sowers. Raylyn Joyce Meachel. Ella Christine Moses. Lily Sophia Madison. Yuso Alexander Young. Row 2. Bo T. Shelley. Skylar D. Pelchi. Calvin E. Burgess. Bryce L. Abeldinger. Emily Marie Eric. Eliana Grace Destrola. Lillian Margaret Hurler. Brianna Margaret Daniels. Lane D. Crawford. Ian James O'Shea. Donovan L. Benson. Jersey N. Gambit. Row 3. Joy Yu. Carson Michael Neely. Aiden Allen Markefeld. Thomas Michael Beeson. Mason J. Gordon. Madison B. Langton. Joshua Michael Lawrence. Sarah Marie Long. Tyler J. Carinci. Isabella M. Bennett. Kendrick B. Lathrop. Connor D. Briggs. Row 4. Peyton Daniel Yeager. Jacob T. Causer. Preston Allen Yeager. Cole Moore. Sophia Behringer. Asriel Luck. Brandon W. Sherwood. Tayton Pierce Royce. Riley E. Painter. Bo James Smoker. Devin Lee Carpenter. Gavin E. McCurry. Row 5. Willow Eve Babcock. Joshua Stephen Evans. Nathaniel James Byrne Canfield. Carter James Drug. Hayden S. Buxenschutz. Peyton A.R. Lockwood. Would the graduating class please stand? On behalf of the school board administration, faculty, and staff, please join me in congratulating the class of 2025.